Demira Melissa with Don't Give Up Now here on Good Company. I'm Holly Taylor, our Good Company Correspondent Care Baldwin, joining me right now. Care, how are you doing?
It's summer and I'm going on vacation this weekend, so I'm doing really well.
I'm feeling a little jealous. I mean, I will be heading out to Kingdom Bound, which is going to be incredible. I'm so excited because I get to bring my family with me. My kids have never been to a big amusement park, so
good. And water park there too.
Yeah. Oh, my oldest is so not looking forward to that part. Like, she's not. If there's water, she's just like, I'm good. She takes after her mom.
Not every kid likes the water. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's funny though, because they've been like in swimming lessons since 6 months old, and now she's 9 and just not a swimmer. It's not her thing.
It's all right. Not every kid is a fish. You know, my daughter is a born fish. I don't even understand it. She's 18 months and she just wants to splash herself in the face even all the time.
Aww.
My son took a little longer to get to that point, but this summer, I feel like there's a breakthrough. Like, there's this new level of confidence where now he can swim on his own with a life jacket on, but he's confident now. He's not scared to do it. And I think that's really all you want to do, is get your kids to a point where they're at least confident enough that if they're near water, they're not going to drown. I mean, even if it's just understanding water safety tips, that's enough to keep them alive.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's so important, especially as we head into the summer. I know a lot of people like to go up to the cottage. I'm blessed. My kids are good if we never get a cottage. Like, I'm serious. The oldest is just like, do not be close to water, Mom. I'm good to be on land. See signs? My children are born in Alberta.
That's right. Yeah, you're like, I like my feet to be grounded and planted and not sinking with little fish nibbling my toes.
Oh my goodness, like, that's just triggering hearing it for me. I mean, swimming's that only sport that you could just quit in the middle of the action and die.
Yeah, it's true. Most sports, you don't, if you decide to like blow the whistle, take a timeout, like, you won't just sink to the bottom.
No, and swimming, you got to get to safety first, because I can't float very well either. My goodness, my poor kids. Of course they don't like swimming. Listen to me.
We had a cottage growing up, and the thing that I couldn't handle was when you had the mask on and like my brother would be like, here, come see what's at the bottom. And you would start to go down and I'm like, I can't see anything. What was that? Do you feel that? Did something just brush past me? Like, it's the darkness and the fear of the unknown type thing. But I actually do love the lake, as long as I'm not having to as long as I don't feel a weed wrapped around my leg.
Oh my goodness. Yes. No.
Then I actually really like the lake. Yeah.
No. And I had other incidences in water where I couldn't see things, and so I'm good.
Yeah. But it's scary though. Water actually is terrifying. When we went to Hawaii several years ago, I remember someone said to us, one of the locals said, never turn your back on the ocean. And he meant that in a couple of ways. One, because the Hawaiian culture, they care so much about their culture, their ecosystem, nature, and they treat the ocean as if it's like a personality, right? So I think in a way it's like, treat the ocean well and it'll treat you well in a way. But the other side of it was, if you literally turn your back and a wave comes up, or the shore, it laps up onto the shore, it'll take you down. Yeah. It'll take you it'll take it with you. And it's scary. That it's very powerful, water. So we do need to know water safety. And it's actually really sad, because I think the CDC said that drowning is the leading cause of death in children between ages 1 and 4, but it's preventable.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's talk water safety then. I mean, what are some of those things that you can do? Because I know for some, it's the grandbabies that you have, and you want to make sure that they're safe when you're taking care of them, or maybe it's your own kids. And so many people have pools in their backyard, or they've got a cottage. What are some of those key things that you're learning about right now as your kids are young and learning about swimming that we need to watch out for when it comes to the littles in our lives?
Yeah, I think the number one thing is with little kids, they're squirmy, slippery when wet. Kids are really slippery when they're wet.
It's so true. Oh my goodness! Thank goodness for towels.
It.
Yeah, it's like bundle them up and then go.
But really, though, I think like one of the things that I've been hearing and reading a lot about is just that reminder that water wings are not an approved safety flotation device. And it's okay. Some, could flip a kid over, or they could pop, whatever. But the biggest thing, and it's the same with lifeguards, really, or life jackets, is that it gives parents a false sense of security. So a lot of parents, or maybe guardians, or people who just don't know, maybe they're just not educated on it, they may leave a child unattended because they have floaties on. And that's not a good outlook to have. The other thing I saw this year was that blue is actually the worst color of bathing suit you could ever buy your kid.
Really? I never even thought about that, but that makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
The bottom of the pool is blue. And so if they're in the water, everything looks blue.
Yeah.
So go for like a bright color. Neon would be the best. I mean, who doesn't love neon?
Yeah. Neon pink, neon blue. I'm here for that.
Yeah. And this other last tip that I saw that I'm like, okay, this is going to be good for us because we have a pool that we don't use a whole lot yet. It's not heated. We're in Canada. And the kids are just they're just getting comfortable now. But when you're hanging out on pool days with friends or even at the beach with friends, one of the suggestions I saw was to designate one person to be the lifeguard on duty and rotate every half hour. So it could be one mom or one dad at a time, and it's their turn to watch the water with no phone in hand. And I think that's the big thing, is that it could literally happen in a second. And we're so absorbed in our phones that we don't realize like, oh, a minute has gone by, and like that's all it takes, right? Yeah,
exactly. It can be in an instant, a blink of an eye, literally. And that child could be in a very precarious situation.
Yeah. So I think it's important to not be afraid of it, but just to know the safety. I think there's a lot of new Canadians that come into the country that don't know how to swim. So yeah, it's a pretty important skill to have. Not every kid's going to like the water, but guaranteed at one point in their life, either as a kid or even as an adult, they're going to be somewhere where it'll be helpful to know water.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And water safety. And especially as we get older, it's a better activity for our old knees. So, I mean, you never know at what age or stage water will be of interest to you. And the great thing about swimming is that you can learn at any point. You're never too old to learn how to swim. You're never too old how to learn to float.
I love, there's a community pool near our house, and on certain days of the summer, all I can hear is very loud salsa music because of all of the like aquafit that's happening. It travels through the whole town.
Amazing.
So I love it. It's for all ages. It's great.
Amazing. Kara, thank you so much for kicking off the weekend with us, talking about some water safety and the fun that we can have jumping into a pool. Safely, though.
Yeah.
No head first.
Yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, no diving. Diving is very rarely recommended.
It's so true. Thanks.
Slippery when wet.
Our big takeaway from today. Thanks so much, Kara.